Hello, it is I for a brand new video in my world of stuff. Now, I'm persevering with doing videos. I'm not getting any new subscribers, I'm not getting much in the way of comments, but I enjoy doing these things, so I'm going to just persevere for a little bit longer just to see if I can get a bit of traction here. I suppose eventually I'll have to sort of up sticks and say, look, this is not working, nobody's interested, but at the moment it's still good fun and I'm hoping that a few more people might come on board. And if you do like this sort of content where people, i.e. me, talk about films, videos, entertainment, Blu-rays, videos, anything geeky and weird and wild, then why not click and like and subscribe? You make an old man, well, a man that looks like an old man, very happy. So all you need to do is to click there and subscribe and leave a comment now and again. It won't be that bad. And what you'll find on this video, you don't get this all the time. You don't get someone who, and then, oh, I don't know about you, I found that really irritating. When I'm watching a YouTube video and it edits and cuts every 2 seconds, and you think, can't you sit in front of a camera and talk for 10 minutes without having to edit? You know what I mean. So you don't get that here. You get me warts and all, you get the ums and ahs, because I'm just sitting in front of a camera, I'm just going to talk at you. To you? With you? Who knows? Without all that annoying jump editing, which makes me roll my eyes. Anyway, it's time for what I like to call my weekly pickups. Blu-rays, DVDs, books, videos, games, gifts, toys, anything interesting which I picked up during the week. I will parade before the camera and before you all. Sorry, my microphone's just fallen over. See what I mean? Another YouTuber would have cut that out, but I'm leaving it in because it's human. Yeah, I buy stuff during the week, and if I've got anything interesting, I will show it to you. Not much this week, actually. Only a few physical media pickups, but there is one pickup at the end which there's a separate video for, which I think hopefully will be of interest to you. But before I introduce that and cut to me somewhere else, I shall just go through the couple of handfuls of physical things I bought this week. Only, I can say, only a few. I haven't been out and about a lot this last week. I've had a bit of a problem with my leg, which is getting better, which has kept me indoors a bit. And but I did pick up a few bits and pieces, and I picked this one up last week from Asda. This is Willys Wonderland, starring Nicolas Cage, one of his more recent films. Now, I think it has to be agreed that Nicolas Cage is one of our more interesting actors, should we say. He doesn't necessarily follow the mainstream. He dips his toe in now and again, but he does these slightly weird and wonderful indie films, and this one had quite good reviews when it came out a couple of months ago, and it was £3 in Asda last weekend, so I thought, well, I'll have a little look at that. DVD, so DVD, unpleasant, dirty, unclean. But this, I think for someone like this will do perfectly. I had a little look at it, half an hour of it last night. I gave the old cinema projector a test, and it looked rather good. This is the story of Nicolas Cage as he's a man who basically he doesn't speak. His car breaks down in this strange sort of town out in the middle of nowhere. The garage bill is way beyond him, but a local businessman who runs an amusement arcade called Willys Wonderland offers to pay for the work if you can clear up the resort, the establishment, which is filthy and has been closed for some time. If you can make it spotless and spick and span by the next day, he'll pick up the tab for the repairs. But all is not well in Willys Wonderland, and the strange creatures that he exhibits, the banana splits like exhibits within, appear to have a murderous life of their own. Of course, the first half an hour it looks quite demented, a pure shot of Cage madness, as it says on the front, and I wouldn't argue with that. So I'm looking for, I might finish that off tonight because it was quite good fun. That's Willys Wonderland. If you want to pick it up now, it's £3 in Asda. I love a sale, as you might know. I do love a sale, and I'm always looking at the online sales, and there are always plenty of them. So I've noticed that there's a sale of Network Entertainment this week. Network are the purveyors of classic film and television, particularly television. They really dig deep into the TV archives and bring out these remarkable Blu-ray and DVD editions of shows that haven't been seen for decades sometimes, and really, bring them up looking fantastic in really good quality prints with a lot of good supporting material. And two that I picked up, I was very pleased to pick up. I've got them already, but I had them as test discs for magazine review purposes. And when you get test discs, as many of you may know, you just get a disc in like a transparent plastic cover. Still something you display. But these two I was very pleased to get, particularly because one of them came out last year and was sold out very quickly. Obviously it's been brought back in stock ever since, and I think it was something like £7 on the network sale. This is The Woman in Black. No, not the Daniel Radcliffe one. This is the 1989 ITV production of the classic story from Susan Hill, the acclaimed chiller, as it were. You'll have seen the Daniel Radcliffe film, which is, which is fine. Although I always had a problem getting my head around the concept of Daniel Radcliffe, who looked about 12, being a widow with 2 young kids. But there we are. Sometimes you can suspend disbelief, sometimes you can't. But this is the classic ITV version. Now it's interesting, this comes from 1989. I have no memory of it at all. Now interesting, back then I was writing for a magazine, as I indeed am today, writing a column of reviews of TV horror fantasy things. I don't remember this. I don't understand how this slipped underneath my radar. But certainly, when I watched it a few months ago, I hadn't seen it before. It's terrific. It really is a really visceral horror story. And I think if you've seen this in the past, either when it was on or since it's been released now on DVD and Blu-ray, there are 1 or 2 scenes which are genuinely bedwettingly terrifying. One particular moment, which I believe was an ad break at the time, which really made me jump. Special features on this disc: there's the full version the feature version in widescreen. There's an audio commentary which I listened to, and I had the review disc with Mark Gatiss, Kim Newman and Andy Nyman. This was Andy Nyman's first TV appearance, incidentally. Curious enough, he turns up in Jungle Cruise, the film which I saw this week. This runs for a mighty 102 minutes, and as you can see, I've not yet opened up the wrapping for it, so we shall do that now. I don't think there's anything other than the disc in here, but we'll have a little look, because Network are very good at doing supplementary stuff, booklets and so on, which you'll see in the next disc which I uncover. Oh, there we are. Actually, there is a little booklet in here. Oh yeah, there we are. A nice little booklet about the production, which I shall read shortly. Oh yeah, that's nice. It's, a nice 20-page illustrated booklet with the history of the production. There's the disc inside, which has the cover art printed onto it, which is nice. And inside you get a nice little image with some restoration notes as well. So this is Network View. This is what they do. They go the extra mile to present this stuff in the best possible video and audio quality. And even though I saw it last year, I'm looking forward to watching this one again quite soon. And also from the Network sale, I picked up Nigel Neal's Collectibles. Again, an absolutely classic landmark piece of television, which was shown on ITV in 1980, I believe. I think it was one of the shows which was first broadcast after ITV had its infamous strike in 1979, when for 3 months there was nothing on ITV because there was a technical strike. This is the often known as the Quatermass Conclusion. Or at least that's the title of a feature-length edit which is included on here. This is a 4-part serial by Euston Films, who in the 70s and into the 80s did things like The Sweeney and Minder, and lots of gritty sort of adult crime dramas for ITV. This features the final appearance of Nigel Neal's legendary Bernard Quatermass, who, as many of you will know, first appeared in the 1950s in those classic BBC serials Quatermass, Quatermass 2 and Quatermass and the Pit. In fact, the Quatermass Experiment and the Quatermass 2 and Quatermass and the Pit, all of which have been remade as very good films. There's the TV versions that you need to see, and there's a box set of those available, of all the episodes from those series that exist. But this is the final story for Quatermass. This is set in a chilling dystopian future where society has pretty much collapsed, law and order is pretty much out the window, and Earth has a visitation from a strange alien force. I know this looks beautiful on Blu-ray, because I saw this on Blu-ray when it came out 2 or 3 years back. Stunningly crisp picture. It looks absolutely beautiful. And as a production, although it's slightly sort of its time in terms of the dramatic drive of it, it hasn't really dated because it looks so good, and it's got lots of themes about discontent of young people in a world gone mad. But it's really very good. It's a very chilling piece of television. It's very bleak. Don't expect a lot of laughs in this. Nigel Neal, I don't think, was noted for a sense of humour, but this is one that's it is a landmark piece of television, and it is a rare example of a proper piece of adult science fiction. We get Doctor Who, of course, which is family flavoured, but things like Doctor Who, things like Quatermass are very much aimed at the adult audience. I know this is a lovely set because It includes a very nice booklet on the making of the show and the history of the show. This is written, I believe, by Andrew Pixley, who is very much the historian of classic television. This is a really nice 36-page booklet, as you'll see, fully illustrated with pretty much everything you need to know about the production of the show. The inside cover, there's 2 discs. You've got your Blu-ray disc, disc 1, again it's got the cover art, and disc 2, which has also got the cover art, and underneath you've got some details about the discs, the episodes, and what's on the discs. And again, it's another quality network release. I think it's about £6-7 on the network sale at the moment. Highly recommended if you've never seen it. This genuinely is a piece of classic British television science fiction, not to be missed. Right, those are my only physical media pickups this week, but I did pick up something else for a sale. Now, I've spoken about Eaglemoss before, and I know that viewers like Paul Gibbons, for example, are fans of the collection. Hello, Paul, by the way, thank you for persevering. But they do the Doctor Who figures, and they do figures from Marvel and DC and The Walking Dead and all sorts of things. But occasionally they do their online promotions, and they've had a new set of figures called Marvel Artifacts, which have been coming out across the last year or so, which are very nice reproductions, miniature reproductions of certain classic artifacts from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they cost about 40 quid. And I've looked at them, and it's not a question of I can't afford them, but I thought, yeah, it is quite a lot of money for, I like to buy things when I want them, but some things sometimes seem like an extravagance. However, there's a sale on at the moment where these articles have been substantially reduced in price. 1 or 2 of them are down to £20, some £23. And certainly yesterday, Sunday now, you'll see in the video, which is coming along in a moment, that I refer to an extra 10% discount. I don't know if that's still available, so you could get these at pretty much half price, and I think that's a decent price to pay for these things. It's difficult because I support physical media and I support collectibles, but like everybody else, I like a bargain and I like to save a few quid when I can. So rather than just show you a picture of them, which is what I was going to do, I'm going to hand you over to my reporter on location, who's me, who is in my cinema room, and he'll tell you all you need to know about the Marvel Collectibles.
Hello, it's me in the cinema room. Right, I just thought I'd do a little clip, rather than just show you a photograph, show you and actually touch these articles in case you're interested in getting them. I couldn't resist these. These are currently part of the Eaglemoss online promotion. Eaglemoss, as you know, the people who, as Hero Collector, I think, do lots of these collections of Doctor Who figures, Star Trek, Marvel. There's all sorts of lovely collectible things they do, some of which are quite pricey, but they do often do promotions and special sales, which they're doing at the moment online. And these are Marvel Artifacts, a new series that they're doing of sort of small models of important artifacts from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And as I'm a bit of a Marvel boy, I couldn't resist these. Now, the recommended retail price for these is, I think, about $34.99. They sell them in HMV. I think the Eaglemoss obviously has some sort of distribution model with them. And I've looked at them and thought, they're very nice. But, basically for best part of 40 quid, 35, 40 quid. But this week they're doing a very special promotion on Eaglemoss, and they've reduced the price of a lot of things. Hence, I bought a lot of things, and I couldn't resist picking up these because these are in a much more acceptable price range at various prices. I think the most expensive one was probably Captain America's shield, which you can see here. It's sort of odd where it stands up on a sort of little wooden plinty thing. Which doesn't always seem incredibly secure, but it seems to be okay. I'll put it back in a moment. I think that's reduced to about £26 something. The rest of them are all about the 20 to 25 range. I think, for example, the Iron Man helmet, which is one of my favourites because I'm an Iron Man fan, that's £20. £20 and a few p. And you've got Thor's hammer, which comes very nicely in a little sort of gouge, which sort of makes it tilt at an angle. You've got Thanos's glove, of course, and you've got Black Panther's face mask. So they're all available on Eaglemoss. Now, they're really nice to have. Today, Saturday, I noticed that there's an extra 10% off again. So if you wanted them, I don't know if it's just for today or whether it's for a few days, but if you want these, you can get them. For example, that's £20. You can get another 10% off. So if you want them and you're still umming and ahhing about the price there, they're coming down probably as cheap as they're ever going to be. I don't know if they're going to release more of these artifacts. At least they don't release them every month. So it's not a question of forking out another 40 quid every month. They just do them sort of irregularly. So Oh, I'm a bit breathless because I've just wandered up from the house. So if you want to take a look at these, have a look on Eaglemoss. As I say, there are frequent promotions, and today, Saturday, there's another 10% off, so you might be quick and get them even cheaper. So that's part of my pickup this week.
So there we are. Have a look on the Eaglemoss site and see what deals are still available. If you look at this as it goes live, you may still get the extra 10% discount. I'm not sure if it's still there, but there's certainly significant savings to be had on not just those articles, but lots of other bits and pieces that you might be interested in picking up. So that's me done for this week. Thank you very much for watching this little update of what I have bought. The more reviews and things coming up soon. I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and I've mentioned it before, this channel is stuck in a groove. I've got a certain number of subscribers and it doesn't seem to go a lot higher. So if you're new and if you just stumbled across this and you found it reasonably entertaining, press that subscribe button. You don't even have to look at the videos. You can delete them when they appear. But just be nice to get the subscriber numbers up, because there is going to come a point where I'm going to say, wow, this is fun to do, but it's time consuming for the feedback and the what comes back. And I think it's a two-way street. So if you're new, subscribe and leave a comment, and hopefully I can keep doing this stuff because it is fun. I've got some more film reviews and bits and pieces coming up soon. This beard will be off in a few days. I promise it's coming off when I've done my filming sometime next week, and it will come off and I will look hopefully a little bit more like a proper human. Anyway, that's me done for now. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and until I see you next time, you know what they say, you keep taking the stuff.